to. Ooh. Really need to figure this out right now. What's going on? Okay, gotcha. Look at it. Oh. Zelly is finally first on the chat. After how long? Good morning. The one and only. Juggings, Sway, coming into the stream. Welcome back, y'all. Just let me know, mic check. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. Of course, you know the drill. Show some love, hit that like button. How is everything? How is your Wednesday? I was about to say Wednesday. It's not even Wednesday today. But I'm still kind of coming off from that nap 2 hours ago. I took a nap, and I swear I woke up at like 7:30, and I thought it was 7:30 in the morning. Like, is it already time to get up and go to work? How are y'all doing this fine evening or morning, wherever you are? What's new, Sway? What's new, Zelly? Jeggings is like, hello, Lion. How did you react to the GTII post from Paraphernalia? Oh boy. What? I'm gonna answer my. Okay, that's not how it's supposed to be. Matt K, who you calling a slacker? Hey, Matt K. I haven't seen you in the stream for a while, so I know you be doing your thing. But wait, Matt K. I think the market's gonna crash tomorrow. The Matt's gonna be like, why? Why do you think that? And speaking of the market crash, Matt K, let us see where the SPY is right now as we transition into, well, of course, let me just, give you the usual, disclaimer that anything that's being said in this stream and on the chat is just strictly in our opinion, not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You are your own decision maker of your own money and your investments, as long as you play it safe, you're properly hedged, and that you're ready to face the inevitable. Matt K, the crash. Oh wait, I transitioned. Wait, why did I transition back? Sorry. So we're just gonna cut right to the chase. Hopefully everyone's having a decent Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. Zelly is about to have her coffee soon, or maybe she's still half asleep, half awake. Needs to get into the zone. But I was doing a little TA, hypothetical TA, And the fact that on the 4-hour SPY has been in this channel for a long time. I mean, it's not as accurate. Maybe I could have maybe adjusted it a little bit. It's not perfect, but you know, it seems to have followed into this channel quite often. So I'm just trying to figure this out. How do I even like spread this apart? I think I need to know how to. Let me see something. Endpoint. Okay, maybe if I do this. Oh no. Yeah, so it's been following this channel for some time. Well, on the 4-hour. I don't know how it looks like on the larger time frames. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be way off, right? So I'm just gonna like look into that. Okay, we'll go back to the 4-hour. And you can see like you can see the swings are just like prominent. Now, you could definitely take advantage of these swings if you've been paying close attention to how this has been moving ever since. From at this point around mid-January, and you know, just literally on an uptrend with some dips to include, of course, you know, because eventually it has to cool off, come back down hard, and then bounce back, retesting these trend lines, climb back up again, reject, cool off, bounce, and do it again. And that's how it's been. So now, in this case, for SPY, you can see how it's just been following now, just in and out, little W, in and out. When will we hear about the 2 mats, 1 cup Discord channel? Damn. When's that coming out, Matt K? So, if this were to follow, let's be a little hypothetical with this TA right now. Is that the SPY would have a nice looking gap here to fill to 520 if bullish. Okay. Or you can simply have a little double top. So you can have this going on, or we can start seeing the SPY come right back down and try to retest 511 around where we at. This is 510, 511 right here on the 50-day moving average exponential of 511.31. Okay, so here. Okay. Is there something else happening? Like, I'm just a little confused. Huh. me see what the MACD is telling us for now. Alright, let me get out my epic pen and see what's going on. So it could top out again and then start to fall back. Here on the RSI, it peaks out and then starts to pull back again. And then if we get a little arrow for tomorrow, then you can see this try to follow too as well, and then retest 511. Especially if the futures are down, I think that would give us more of an idea of what we're going to be looking at for the SPY. And not a crash, Matt. It's not a. I'm not calling it a crash. Don't worry. I don't have that hard on yet. I'll let you know when I actually feel it. But that's one scenario. Even the TTM squeeze, if it's not as strong and it starts to turn around and come back down, that could happen. That could be the case, or we can have more momentum pulled to the downside, and also have that scenario come out and play. And yeah, since it's moving right now, since it's a 24-hour and 5-day trading stock, or whatever you want to call it, just know that there's just a movement that we got to look forward to. So let's look ahead on the smaller time frames, see what's going on, and see what it can tell us, because obviously, we got to look at the smaller time frames to give us a confirmation that we're gonna hit that double top and peak out and start its descent back to those last levels of support at 511, hopefully, so that Zelly Zen's puts will be happy and printing. So as of right now, you could tell from today's action, you had the weakness right here as it came back here. Even though the bands expanded, we had a little dip here, and it turns red for a bit. So once you see that red band, kind of like once you see the bands creating red and growing, then that's your signal for bearish move. But once it turns back into the green, then you start to see everything just to, come back. But in the way that it happened, it's like they literally bear trapped everybody at this point. Literally gave the opportunity for you to scalp a good put position, for you to then get to this point and retest that level of support, and then from there scalp it again, in and out. So you'd be in and out and then back in here for a call. And if you had held, of course, this whole time, that would have been worth a swing for sure, because you had all of this movement. What is that, a good mean, it went up at 1%, so I wouldn't know how much of a percentage that would be from here to here. So I'm gonna check with TradingView right now, and I'm gonna find out right here and see what kind of move it did here. We just marked the percentage. So from here, we'll just measure from here. When it comes to puts, I would think that that type of move would be a lot more in terms of options, like about 200, 300, 500% gain. So, but what I'm seeing here though, now, it's currently flat. Of course, there's barely any volume, but we're just waiting to see like what futures is gonna look like. And for now, it's slowly starting to descend, where the 8-day moving average exponential is trying to curl right back down and start to pull back, crossing underneath the 21-day moving average exponential, and so forth until we get to this point where we're facing the 50-day, and you want something to go like this, so that the stock can be able to start making its way back down to those last support level, and that's what we need to see, Zelly. So. And if not, I mean that's the bearish scenario. The more bullish scenario is that if it starts to turn back around, let's say if it did one of these and all of a sudden now we just curl it right back over, get ourselves another leg up and try to hit new day highs tomorrow, which is not the scenario that I would like to see, of course, for you. But I'm more leaning towards the bearish case scenario and continuing to see this pullback and then find a bottom. Also, the RSI too, it's looking for a little pullback and see if it gets a bounce. And the TTM squeeze is also in favor of that and moving down in momentum. Let me just quickly check to see if we got any types of movement going on. Let's see the 5 minute. The 5 minute is actually turning red in the band, but it's still tight and it's still consolidating. So here we're left with a different outlook here on whether this is trying to turn back around and then back up for the short term before we start pulling back again, or even the RSI could just like give us a little notch up. The TTM squeeze is actually still in that slope to start to pull back down and lose some momentum going back to the bearish side. So that's what we need to see for the spot. Now, what's going on? And let me just share this real quick right now. Gotta post this. Let's see. thanks again for everyone joining and for showing that love, hitting that like, that 8 likes on the stream. Every one of them is, of course, with a significance behind it, and it's for all the support that you are giving me right now, and for me to continue on to do this and to provide you guys with the content for a little show, and always enjoying the conversations that I have with all of you. So thank you once again for that support. And now we're gonna move on to business as usual. So that's my take on the SPY, in hopes that we do have somewhat of a pullback for tomorrow if futures allows it to happen and for it to pull back. And yeah, that's my take on it. So now let's go on to GTII. GTII. And today's action is quite interesting. It just seems like we're looking at something that I need to show you. So here's the thing. So I don't know if you have noticed, but the ask at the very top here, I'm circling right now. It says that the ask is at 58 cents. That might not be nothing, I mean, that might be nothing. I want it to not be nothing and to be something, but just to see that ask at 58 cents, it's quite interesting. So I'm just trying to figure out if that's just something that usually pops up after market hours. That ass jeggings. But we did end up in the green, so that is good news. As always, a green day is always a good day. And the fact that they just can't seem to keep this down any longer, it says a lot, especially when you have, for example, the cost of borrow rate, which is still hanging around about 18 to 20%. And if you notice how the amount of shares to borrow have dropped from 1,400,000 to 850,000, between 800 and 850,000, and currently at 18.94%. So as long as we see this drop happen, God, we can probably confirm that something is happening along the lines of the shorts losing their cool and losing control. And the more the shares available to borrow drop, and the amount of cost of borrow fees begin to rise back up, that is just a recipe of things to occur and happen, where they get to pay a lot more than they bargained, and that the struggle will be real. Until then, keep a close eye on that until the day we finally see the amount of shares available to borrow at 0. And perhaps we will see one day, like that time when GTII last ran, and we see this back to over 1,000% cost of borrow fees. Then you know for damn sure that shit is getting real. In my opinion, of course. Not financial advice. So according to the short volume for yesterday, it doesn't have any data on the close, high, or low, which is interesting, but they do still have the amount of volume, the short volume on top of that, and the percentage of volume shorted. So it was at 40%. And you can see the last time GTII went over 1 million shares traded was on March 5th with 1,323,122. And the percentage of volume shorted was 69.69, baby. 69.69. That's the number that I like. No, I'm joking. And February 21st was 1,296,452. But not as much percentage of volume shorted. So we'll wait for that data to clear out, unless they have it on FinTel. So I'm gonna check real quick the FinTel and see what it has. Is that today for sure? Okay, wow, over 1 million. Alright, let's check the chart here. Wow. Wait, what did it say here? FINRA volume 1,285,511. Short volume from FINRA is 410,712, with a short volume ratio of 31.95%. But here we're seeing that the total volume on Thinkorswim for GTII was just shy of 1,300,000. Kind of reminds you of how many shares they have available to borrow commonly around that amount, 1,300,000, 1,400,000. So also, by the way, heads up, there is a new track that released on Concrete Jungle City. Feel free to check it out. It's on the link shared by Zali. Thank you. Much love. And feel free to hit that link. Share some, show some love. But back to this. So I just kept calling eventually that we would have a day, we would have over 1 million shares traded a day, and it did 1,293,011 shares traded on volume. We are now back over. You can tell we're actually back. Actually, let me use another color. It's a little tough to see. So you notice the 50-day moving average exponential here on a straight line. So we are now trading above it. So this is the type of movement that you need to see. And not only that, but the bands are now increasing to the upside, which is definitely a great sign. You have the 21-day moving average exponential, and the 8-day now following up with those bands. In addition to these moving averages starting to cross right over the 50-day like that, and for GTII to possibly try to retest 34 to 35 cents around this region, and for what it looks like is a resemblance to a cup and handle. And we've seen this before back then. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago or maybe a month ago, where we had drawn a double top, no, not a double top, a double bottom, and we thought that this would eventually become the cup and handle, and then see a break from here. But then that was changed, and now we have the cup and handle in this joint right here. So all we need to see is for, I mean, it doesn't have to be like exactly tomorrow, but if and when the GTII decides to continue to push up in that trend, and also continue to see more over 1 million shares of volume traded tomorrow and so forth, then we will see eventually some type of action happen. And the more that happens, and the more we will be able to see a lot more action in price action, of course, and in an attempt to try to break these levels of resistance, to finally break over that and test 40 cents before this week is over, I hope. And that's not financial advice too as well, so just keep that in mind. You want to check the MACD. You can see the MACD is actually healthy. You got 2 bright green bars, and the yellow line is actually holding steady and parallel to the red line, and you want the yellow line to continue its movement to the upside like that, along with that red line like this, and the bright green bars to continue to climb up, just like here. And that is the plan. You heard. This would actually continue to see this to climb up too. Some more. If you look at the 4 hour, you see the 4 hour, the TTM squeeze started moving up, like so. Hopefully you see this give or follow that trajectory up to test those last highs. From the long term, looks like it's been trying to climb up little by little. Could you do some technical analysis as William, well, with a napkin and a abacus? What is an abacus? What on earth is that? And please give me a proper definition for abacus. We got An ancient calculator. How old do you think William is? Like 120, 150? The arrow moving up here on the hourly, right here. And what I like to see also is that the smaller time frame is also actually following that trend, where you see the 8-day moving up and the 21. You got the 50-day right here. So we're gonna give a little price level here. So we need so the goal here pretty much is to break over 32 cents. Okay. Now these bubbles are not to be as, accurate. It's just more of a guidance. And I love my bubbles, so the way it's just looking like when I'm zooming out, like this is what I want to happen, to continue this trend. To the upside like that. Actually, speaking of trend, let's see, maybe I can do this. As not as perfect. Let me see something, maybe up here. Okay. Extensive, right? We draw as a channel. I think from here. And extend to the left. Boom. Extend to the right. Boom. Hey, Mad Gun. What's going on, brother? How is life in the rotten Big Apple? Here's some good news. You missed a part of it. Well, you're pretty much looking at it right now. So the fact that GTII is in this channel. I'm just putting it right there. Boom. I'm putting a channel and see if it actually falls into. If it actually falls through, and perhaps we try to come back up, break the channel, break those last resistance levels, get to 35, and perhaps, hopefully before this week is over, try to get to 40 cents. NFA. You had a 2-hour commute home, Jesus. You're gonna want to just like plop in bed and just knock out. Hopefully you had dinner. But if you haven't and you're about to have dinner, then enjoy. Where do you have to travel from? Like, we gotta travel from Jersey or something? I don't know, Mark Maddox. You just happened to appear. I eventually used my psychic powers. Get Mark Maddox in here. so I can whip that ass. How you doing, Mark? All right, so so if you missed it, Mark, let's see. So for Mad Gun, I believe that we are in a nice trend. I'm hoping for GTI to follow on this channel. There's no news that has been announced yet. I know you're well aware of the deal that's going on. And then there's a video by Not Legal Advice that I still have to watch. So that should tell you a lot of things about what's happening behind the scenes, and the fact that the shorties are having a fun time crapping their pants, because this has not been falling below 30 cents at all for some time already. We're talking about a while where, you know, we've touched 30 cents a lot of times, and then we've just been chopping, barcoding, and consolidating for the rest of the time that it's here. And we finally, you know, we had a green day, and we closed at 32 cents with a high of 33 cents. So we did hit 33 cents. And now the next stop, it has to be 35 cents. And if the volume does continue on, because we did have over 1,209,000 shares traded volume day, then we can be able to see, if consistent, you know, we would see more price action happen, where we can probably see this hit 40 cents, in my opinion, not financial advice, before this week is over. So I think Lion is using subliminal messages in his Concrete Jungle's music. How do you figure, Mark? And Mad Gun, it's usually quick, but the battery tunnel was blocked, and the Gowanus. Oh shoot! Damn, Mad Gun, was there some type of construction going on? What's up, Maddie? I know you have been on there listening, especially on his new track. Thank you by the way for checking it out. Yeah, thank you, Mark Maddox, for your comment. Really appreciate it. So, before I move on to Finger, just know that that's my take on it. My sentiment is still leaning towards bullish. The MACD here on the hourly, it's staying above the red line and trying to come back up, which is nice to see, of course. RSI might just turn around and start give us a bounce on the hourly, and the TTM squeeze is actually staying up. So from this point here, now you have this momentum here happening, where it could increase, and we can definitely see this over 35 cents. Now, I appreciate that, Mark Maddox, for checking out the music. More will come along the way this month. So I'm here just working on my creative juices and seeing what I can come up with and make some more music for you guys, for everybody to share and listen to. What's with the title? Inflate me? Trying to get someone to blow you? Oh, that was slick. Yes, I would like that to happen, Maddie. But it is interesting, Zali. Let's see something over here. So I guess we can move now from GTII, since I already gave my take on where I would see this go. And of course, it has to continue to follow that trend and break over. So before this week is over, before Friday, I would like to see GTII back at 35 cents. Oh, and I was gonna ask you, Maddie, did you happen to look at the level 2 for GTII? Because here, I guess after the market was closed, we've seen here the asking price at spot 5840, so 58 cents. Does that mean anything to you? I want to check out the music. Where can I go? Music by Concrete Jungle City Lo-Fi. Visit Concrete Jungle City Lo-Fi on YouTube, and you can check out all of this music and more, and show some love and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. And now back to our regular programming. Yes. So that is something that I found interesting. I haven't seen the ask that high in such a long time. I wonder if that's a precursor for something spicy to happen for GTII. So I just thought that, perhaps once market closes and, the bidding and the ask changes, it doesn't really mean nothing much, but, it does give you some type of, excitement. Just thinking about GTII actually hitting 58 cents, 60 cents, So, it's just a usual thing. It's nothing really to worry about. But I know for a fact that, in my opinion, we will get to 58, 60 cents, even $1 at some point when everything starts to come into fruition and pop off. So yeah. That being said, we're just gonna move into Finger right now, as we realize Finger did actually stay in the green. It was up 1.32% on the day, with an addition of Finger moving up a bit in after hours. You can see the ask at 233. It didn't quite make it to the big yellow bubble right above, but it did follow through the others. And so now I would have to re-edit this, and we're still in that process where, we did see the sort of like a reversal here, but the bands it stayed consistently flat for the rest of the time. It did change to red, but the bear side, it was weak, and then it became green again. And now, if you notice, and we zoom in, and this is the hourly chart, so we're still in the hourly. Yes, 58 cents, $58, $580, $5,800 a share for GTII. If you can just imagine the possibilities. But here we also have some good news in terms of the indicators that we are in fact seeing a bottom once again for Finger, and more upside potential here as the bands is growing and expanding in the green, and we have this one candle here now, just about above the 50-day moving average exponential at 232. We did make it to 233 in the after hours, so we still have a lot more to go to be able to retest and get finger back to 245, 250 cent, $2.50 level at the resistance here, and at the 200-day moving average exponential at 247. So that is the goal for finger, in my opinion, before this week is over. You said good goggles on him. And so you know, like, you pretty much have that confirmation here too. The MACD is bouncing off the red line. I saw bright green bars here growing, continue to go up. RSI too as well. Same thing with the RSI, having a little curl up. And for the TTM squeeze, you see this pick up in momentum here, like this, and so forth. And we need that to continue to go up, just to follow that trend and try to see new day highs tomorrow to Friday and try to make it to those levels of resistance. You heard? You heard? I heard. I heard Zelly wants to get back finger. Where are you putting it, Ryan? Depends on which finger you're talking about. Alright, that is, go to the 4 hour really quick. The 4 hour is actually looking good too as well. The 4 hour, the MACD is facing the bottom, and we finally got a curl up or a crossover, and two bright green bars here rising up. So that's a good sign. And you have the RSI, even though it's a little bit higher, but it's still curling back up too. Right, Zelly? I think Maddie needs a timeout. Just talking about things like I don't understand. What finger are we talking about? So look, the TTM squeeze also moving back up in momentum. That is something that you need to look at, you know. So the MACD, like I showed you that. The bands here, let me just go real quick and show you the bands. And this is what you want to see. You want to see this start finding a bottom. Now you got the bands turning green, and then for the bands to start coming back to the upside and try to move up to those resistance levels. And that is your confirmation there. Yes, you are. So that's my take on finger for now. For right now, I have no bearish scenario. I have no bearish scenarios to play for finger. Right now, it's just my sentiment for both GTII and finger is more to the bullish side, and then what I explained to on the chart. So that's my take on it. Oh God. You heard, I heard, She heard. Everybody heard. That was the rumor. It's slow moving. It's like moving in a slow, methodical way. That's just gonna like. It's just gonna like, out of nowhere, pop out and start moving up deep inside into those resistance levels. Just the way the finger likes it. Right into this bubble right here. So, you know what I'm saying? The finger that likes to touch right there, right in that bubble. Just touch that bubble like that. There you go. So that is my take on it. Let's move on to GDC because I noticed that GDC is actually, oh there you go. So like I explained yesterday, I was reaching new lows. It eventually continued to stretch along the way, the red bands, the bearish bands, and now we just got a signal, and especially this candle in the 4-hour. So I don't know if you guys remembered, but 154 here at the bottom of this wick, and then eventually that was supposed to be the level of support, and now we're finding a bottom, and we're looking for a bounce back up for GDC. This is the 4-hour. The MACD is also bottoming out, and we need to see that curl right back over, and now you see the RSI is also bouncing it. So let's see, Maddie, some of us have to use 2 fingers, some require 3. Mark Maddox, I heard Lion needs a whole fist. What? My thumb would be the thickest. What the hell? Can y'all talk about stocks? This is not how I would want my chat to be portrayed. Y'all dirty. Gosh. Especially you, Maddie. My goodness. Do you want to talk about fingers? Just imagine my fingers as mozzarella sticks. And imagine just eating them. See if you like that. Thank you for changing the subject, Mark. I appreciate you. So HNRA, I'm gonna look at that in just a second. See, Mark is a good boy. Do what Mark does, Maddie. So you see the bottoming out here of GDC at 154, 157 was the close. Now it's a 160 in the after hours, and for now GDC to retest. Still in the process of bottoming out here. Still, we're waiting for a consolidation, and then after that we will start seeing the reversal. So before this week is over, in my opinion, GDC would have to come back to 180 and come back to this range here. Let me just make some bubbles here. We're all picking on Maddie now. So now that this is invalid, I'm gonna actually remove this bubble. Remove this. Make a new bubble here on the 4-hour. So So by so in some ways GDC would have to follow this trend. If we want to see a reversal and we want to see the bands expand and do all of this stuff, we have to continue this wave and finally see GDC come back and make these movements and retest 175, 180 to 190 before this week is over. Not that it's accurate, but hopefully that's something that could come into fruition for GDC. In terms of news, there's nothing particular, but on the live news here, as of 10:45 in the morning, says 5 value stocks to watch in the communication services sector, and GD Culture being one of them with a PE of 0.15. I think when it's low, it's actually good. I'm gonna have to look that up. So you said HNRA? We're talking about fingers. Usually I get your mind out of the gutter. We're using the rule of thumb method to measure stocks. Oh God. Oh, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out, because you guys are making me laugh inside. Oh my God, wait, what? Whoa. No way. What? Oh my God. That is crazy. The HNRA. So what was the news on that? Mark Maddox. Oh, okay. So the news on HNRA from Houston. Oh, it's an independent oil and gas company focused on the acquisition, development, exploration, and product of oil and gas properties in the Permian Basin. Today, the company announces that the potential untapped oil and the prolific Grayburg and San Andres oil zones may be accessed in the near term. After a series of management meetings with its independent petroleum consultants to review well-logged data and historical completion data, in addition to the previously announced proven reserves, there may be 34 million barrels of oil to be accessed in the prolific Grayburg and San Andres zones by simply adding perforations to existing wells in the Grayburg and San Andres formations in the company's leasehold. Management has a dual path analysis underway where their VP of operations is focused on maximizing short-term and long-term production in the Seven Rivers zone, and the company's consulting geologist is assessing the best approach to recover oil from the Grayburg and San Andres zone. So when did he start talking about HNRA? So from here, so it was at what was this, 1027? Did it go? It didn't go. It didn't go through any splits, I'm guessing. November 13. So So it announced completion of its business combination by acquisition of Pogo Resources LLC and subsidiaries. So I don't know if it was apparently because of that where HNRA decided to drop completely, like crash like a dummy on a crash course from what was that, $10.50 all the way down to $1.36. What happened here? 11.22. They gave solid earnings, but then what was the drop all about? It's insane. What's up, party people? Late to the game, had to go to work early today. I'm on a break right now. Wanted to check in and say hi. What a beautiful day. Yes, indeed. Mark R, what's up? And thank you for that comment, man. I appreciate you leaving that comment on the last stream, and for catching up and being up to date with what's going on. And yeah, man. Hopefully your day at work is going good so far. And okay, so you got a ticket for us. NCNA. Keep your eye on this one tomorrow. It got awarded for U.S. patent for cancer treatment and it went up over 157% after hours. Could be a huge day tomorrow, and I was able to pick up some at 60 cents before the run. Man. You see, this is why I think I should just like open up the Discord server, because then you know, if they have Mark R do some alerts, of course not financial advice, and you know, for these stocks that you know he'll like that he finds like NCNA, he'll be like, yo, I got this scoop on so and so, and then I'm getting in at 60 cents, and I'm gonna be on a and then so that way, if we were all like interested in scalping and getting into these small little runs, then that could definitely benefit us all. Mark R will have his own little section for sure. Maddie will have his own little section on the Discord, posting memes and being a little dirty. Kidding. Always sounds like there are 10 people cooking for a party in the kitchen, but that can't be because Lion would share with us. Oh, Solex did, huh? Oh, Mark, even 10H went up 10% today. What else? JL, oh damn, JL actually dropped 9% in the day. Huh. Okay. So whatever reason, I guess HNRA has a little move to the upside. It looks like it could be peaking out. You have a little up top and then try to come back down. And William will be like, oh, what happened to HNRA? It's supposed to squeeze, not GTII. And all the bulls are now on HNRA, not CJYL. Isn't that right, Lucky? All right, you guys. All right. Der Dief. Der Dief. Oh yeah. Well, that's gonna be a nice little P and D. Nice little P. And nice little D. Yeah. Unless this consolidates and then it holds up and then we break out again for another leg up. But a move from $1.60 to $6 here on the top, you would assume that people would take profits and start making its way back down. And you know, like I said, P and D. Come back to these levels. The most it would hold up to is probably like $2.50 if the sell-off continues. So, but we can move on from this, and we'll look at Lucky, my boy. I love you, Lucky. Lucky, give it a licky. Just like that, yeah. Oh, Lucky. You make me feel so lucky. So, so let's look at NCNA right now. Nucana PLC ADR. Yeah, that's kind of like the same right now, where you have this ripped, just like HNRA, I mean, get that nice pop and then hold off here. Try getting another pop, but could it be a little double top here and then give us a little McDonald's here and try to come back here to the 200 day at 40 cents. Where did this go up to? 30. Oh, well, it did drop. Oh no, it ran after hours. What am I talking about? But they wouldn't really necessarily let it run past $1 if that's the case, right? You know, I had a girlfriend once. Really, I did, and she was amazing. You know, she lived on an island, beautiful, gorgeous brown hair, and that's where I got Lucky. And Lucky was just a puppy, and he's so adorable back then. But then my girlfriend at the time noticed how attached I was to Lucky more than I was attached to her, and she didn't quite like it. Really, she didn't, and she dumped me. And I went back home to Washington D.C. and it was just me and my boy Lucky. No. I mean, I suspected. Oh God, no. I'm sorry I had to put that image in your head, Mark. I didn't mean to. Oh Lord. That's the 15-minute chart, actually, by the way. All right, so the 5 minute, it's decent. You know, it's actually trying to hold up here by just staying parallel with the red line and the yellow line. For it to probably try to go for another leg up. So there is a probability of NCNA to break over $1 going into pre-market tomorrow. Make some new day highs before the profit taking starts, because a lot of people are probably scalp trading this, in my opinion. So In terms of this long term, oh, that hiccups. It did hit $1.13 back here around mid-October of last year. So it's probably like going through its cycle, and then you got another breakout here where we try to retest that last high of $1.12, $1.13. If it does succeed, then you know that that it's still gonna be on a run for a bit. But if this actually holds up, because geez, like look how this looks like on the MACD. This is like literally at the peak. So if it rejects at $1 and starts to come back down, then you know that it was just too good to be true. And just another P and D. I really don't know much about these companies, so that's my only take on it. And just, you know, looking at it from a short-term perspective and for a scalping perspective. I think we overwhelmed Zelly with the finger. Right. She's been quiet so far. Hanging around like a ninja in the woods. Ready to strike at any point. Lucky said, I don't know how long ago you had a girlfriend, but I never seen you with a chick. Yeah, I think I ingested too much air. And plus I'm still eating my so-called dinner that I haven't finished. Like they say, boys will be boys, you know? One hour has this fat candle here. Huh? Nice and fat. Right here. No. As a matter of fact, don't even say that name, bro. Like for real. Cause you're low key promoting his channel on my stream. Boy. ZJYL squeeze are lucky boy treats. Let's look at Celex. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, so it actually did pop and it followed the green bubble. See, Mark R has the right idea. That should be more like Mark R. Select doing higher highs. Definitely broke out into the green bubble, so at least that's actually a good sign. And also also trading above the 200-day moving average exponential at 245. Went over to 259 on the close and into the after hours at 258. So yes, this is looking pretty crazy right now. Since this is invalid, I'm gonna move this over here for this to be the next target. And 3 would be on the horizon. $3 a share for sell X. Bullish case scenario. Oh, you did not see that. Gosh. There is no news stating about why this was actually moving. But overall, this trend is looking pretty strong. Are you still in there, Mark R? I gotta say Mark R. This is a nice reversal though. Overall here in the long term and how this traded back here in the 77 cents. Nice reversal here. It's like a squeeze setup type of way, you know, like it's like we're looking for this to fill back up, you know, the gap. Actually, this was IPO, so we can't really tell what this could do, but if this continues, you know, we can definitely go back to those levels of where it IPO'd and at $4. Overall, this is looking like a great setup. So yeah, it's too bad it has no options on it, so we can't really. Yeah, there's no options on here, so we can't really cake on these. It'll just be more for like swings. As you can see here, this was definitely a great example of a swing trade here. We got in from here and just swung it. We got it here at this point. I bet Jeggings is at this guy's live right now. Trader. Jeggings is a trader. Oh, what other stock is it? 10H. Oh, Mark R. 10H looks like it's doing the same thing. It looks like it's just about to like start trading higher from these levels here. These levels at 60 cents. And try to retest 70. We got 85 cents on the 200-day moving average exponential. So yeah, 10H looks pretty promising here to go back in there and go for a nice scalp. It's like, uh-oh, poo-poo. Not jealous. I just, you know, I feel a certain type of way when you mention his name, like in my stream, like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I just don't like it, man. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. I got no problems. Marky Mark. Momentum. TTM squeeze. Momentum. Sharply going up. So this could give you a confirmation. We could see some action on 10H. So we gotta watch out for 10H. Mark R, you enjoyed your break. You have a good shift at work, and you have a blessed one, man. You stay safe. I hope you get home safe, and see you tomorrow on the next stream. Thank you, Mark R, and thank you for the shout, the taker shout out. And we'll see what happens tomorrow with what was it? NCNA, SELX, and 10H looks good too. It was up 10% on the day. So let's take a look at that. CLDI. What about CLDI? CLDI looks like it's also finding a bottom here. I just noticed. It's finding a bottom here. It's climbing back over. We can check at OCGN right now. All right. So what are we trying to look for here in OCGN? Why is earnings keep getting pushed back? It keeps getting pushed forward. I thought it was supposed to have earnings before market. That is just random. Like how? Like is it because like they have the wrong data like on when earnings is? I need to know. But overall, let's see. So it does have a red band here. It just needs to stay consolidated and just to push right back over. Because literally it's been struggling to pass over $1 for like since last week. Since Friday? Thursday, Friday? Yeah. So since Thursday, it's been struggling to stay above $1. With the only exception on Friday when it actually reached that $1.09. I should have gotten out at that point. And now we're trying to see if we can retest and break over $1. We were literally like a fraction shy away from breaking $1. We was at $1 technically, but OCGN decided to just, hold off on there, and there's no news so far at all. All right. I'll watch Ace's recording later. I hear William getting a gerbil for tidbits. Could be a huge day. If it dips down, I'm gonna buy more. Gotcha, Mark. Duly noted. I appreciate you, fam. Thanks for coming onto the stream like always. Thank you. Let's see. Just trying to see if we can get some more confirmation here. We need to start. We need this to pop tomorrow. I would love this to pop tomorrow. Like even the trend itself, like it looks so promising. Like I just wanted to yeah, Mark Maddox. No, is he staying? Well, honestly, Honestly, I might just like call it a night in a few, because there's not much to like review right now. I already reviewed like the main plays, unless you have a specific ticker. If you wanted to look at DBMM or something. Let's see, green bands on the hourly for OCGN. This looked like it wants to turn back around. I don't know, once the side. I mean, everything is good though. I mean, it's bounced off the 50-day moving average exponential, crossed over and everything. It just needs to break out. So there needs to be some type of news or something to start just having OCGN break out. Whoa, what is this? Why crypto? Why? What is going on, crypto? Why crypto? First time seeing you on the channel here. Interesting. KuCoin as well. Gary Network. Gary Network. He's getting you in trouble for what? I was responding to him and he will watch the other thing. No, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I need to do a little investigation right now. Me? I'm the one getting her in trouble. She be getting herself into trouble with me, so need to go through this punishment later on tonight. Thank you, Mark R. Like that shish. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you. Yo, DBMM though. When I said about the reversal the other night, had a nice bounce here. Bounce off the 200-day moving average exponential. The VWAP is like, what? So this DBMM could start turning around sometime soon before this week is over. It did break the past resistance here at 0.0053. Still looking at 0.0063 as the next level of resistance here for DBMM to break. That's what his music says to me. Remember, my songs have subliminal messages in it, so Mark Maddox is feeling a certain type of way. So we got DBMM here, the MACD starting to flatten and look for a reversal. The RSI is at the bottom with a green arrow, and the TTM squeeze is printing here back to the upside here with the dark orange bar. Also this to come back up. I bet she says a lot of things to you. What are we talking about? Zoe doesn't know a lion has selective hearing. Oh my god. I can't imagine how the Discord is gonna look like. Yo, can we like Christ. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's time to mull out. Time out. Yeah, all need a timeout. Can we like pivot? I mean, like, is that it? Like, should I like shorten the time of my streams to an hour? We'll love that. You know what's funny? That word came up before. Muse. My goddess. Presides over the... See, a source of inspiration. The muse. A guiding genius. Can go both ways. Go for it, Zelly. Hit him with the first wrench, the first hammer of the day. I'm telling you, y'all need to be careful with Zelly. Y'all need to be careful. He ain't playing games. You timed him out? No, you didn't. No way. I didn't even see him. I didn't even see you time him out. Oh my god, no way. Oh my gosh. Jay now. J-No's basura. Look at that. J-No's gonna freaking go back to 150. Fun. The fun time is over for fun. INPP was up almost, what, almost 2% on the day, so it's slowly climbing back up. But will it actually go back? INPP has been going through a lot of swings lately too. Look at this. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. But we could see INPP try to retest 320 again. 320, 325, 330 around here. Hopefully it starts to go back into that yellow bubble there. You like those Mickey Mouse bubbles? Ha! Ha ha! Stop playing. I think INPP is slowly starting to curl right back up. Look at that. I think we'll see 325 to 330 tomorrow if oil also continues to go up again. Actually, yeah, let me look at how oil is doing. Oil explosion. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, there you go. Oh, God, hiccups again. Ugh. Oh, shoot, what happened? Okay, I thought it froze. MACD is curling back up. It's on the 4-hour for crude oil, so you can see this go back to $79 a barrel. And then that's cool. What about the miners? Got the miners here. Wow, hold on. This is irrelevant. I'm gonna just like remove clear draw set. Can I clear this whole thing? Alright. So apparently I haven't even touched this chart in a long time from Mara. But you can clearly see like how it literally rejected here at this level of resistance and then actually came back down to this level of support where I had this, and it clearly bounced. It clearly bounced out here. So it's either ready to have another swing to the upside and start coming back up to 23, 24. Depending on what Bitcoin is doing right now. Let's see. So I'm guessing if Bitcoin were to continue its uptrend to like what, 74,000, 75,000. Oh, retail sales month over month, PPI month over month, Michigan consumer sentiment preliminary, whatever. All right, so 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. You gotta look out for that. Okay. So if Bitcoin continues to pop up, 74,000, 75K. But if it starts to pull back now, peak out. So either two things. This would actually try to come back up to 22, 23. If Bitcoin does pull back again and falls below 70K, then we will see Mara start coming back to 19 and then follow right through. Because this Loki looks like... Oh, Barbara's at Aces? Oh, you don't say. We'll have, let's see, we'll have this happen. If we redraw as a channel from here, maybe? Okay. That's cool. I like the fact that I can do this. So Mara would have to come back up to 21, 22. Retest the 200-day moving average exponential. Kind of bounce back down here to 19, and then try to bounce off around 15. Maybe do something like that. This is the bearish case scenario, honestly. What would the bullish case scenario look like if we just drew another channel here? If we just drew a channel like this. And then draw a channel from here. No, this wouldn't make sense. I think this makes more sense. Until it starts either to follow through here and break over, or we just see this come back up and then follow through and then break over and go to the downside. Noted. What are the indicators telling us for Mara? A curl back over right to the upside until we come back down, hopefully. Hopefully that's the case, but the RSI is actually at the bottom. So we might, yeah, we'll also have another retest. And TTM squeeze is actually slowly like coming down, so via Rumble? Wow. I'm almost at 2 hours here. I'm about to just like call the stream. I'm about to call it a night. See what happens to CLSK. This is looking like a head and shoulders here. Probably come back down and try to retest 14. It's bearish. Yeah, I'm not really stressing it, honestly. You got the freedom to do whatever you want. Take a 14. What is Riot doing? I haven't seen Riot in a while. Wow. Riot came down a lot. was that 17, 18 bucks back in last week? No, the 27th of February. This thing tanked. This thing tanked a lot. Hopefully it's looking for another bottom here. Right here. And try to test $13 again. Starts to come back up. If not, right to 10 if it's bearish. Stop. Let's not stir the pot. Let's not stir the pot. Not here to cause drama or whatever. All right, Mark Maddox. Take care of yourself, man. Appreciate you joining always. Having a little fun. I might just like start going off now. What is Hive doing? Same pattern. Same pattern. Same pattern. It's the same thing. Look at this. Penny. Same thing. Look at that. You noticed that, right? In the 4 hours, the same pattern. Let's see what happened to AMC and GME, and then I'm gonna go off. What happened here? So AMC took more of a bearish approach, unfortunately. It just couldn't hold up. What was the high for today? 441, dropped to 427, and came back up. So it somewhat hit a bottom. I mean, it's still close from the last close here, if you noticed. 425 was the low here. Looks like it's just staying above 425 in general, so it's not looking like it wants to come back down anytime soon. Got a green arrow here, so it's kind of coming up on the RSI. But what does this mean though? Because we want to see the bands actually. We want to see the band to start heading back up again and try to expand into the green. So I feel like it'll still try to consolidate throughout the time. 434 was the close, so if the markets tend to turn back around and start heading down, 425 would be the retest again. Bearish case scenario. Bullish case scenario, it starts heading back up and retest about 445, 450. Zelly did mention that the max pain for AMC was 450, I think this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you said, Zelly? And on top of that, it's been trading in this range for some time too, so it looks like it's not getting out of this range unless something big happens. So this is considered to be like the bottom for AMC right now. 420, 425. Hit 470 a couple of times here. Looks like it likes that level around here. 450, awesome. Thanks, love. Appreciate that. Alright, so that's, can't really say much about AMC and GME because it's just being, well, I mean, except for GME is GME actually took a Actually, it actually had more action than AMC did today. And if you remember me saying yesterday how this based on the market conditions, if it actually came back down, it would actually retest $14 at the support level here and bounce back. Or it would have been like at this point here and then bounce back. But I decided to bounce back from here at this support level. And now that we're actually back over the 200-day moving average exponential here on the 4-hour, and you got the MACD here turning around, and you have the green arrow here confirming a possible breakout here, which is nice to see. And the TTM squeeze too as well here, coming back up to building momentum to the upside. And what can we see in terms of volume? We ended up in the green in the volume, so this looks like it's setting up for like some more moves to the upside. Oh, cool, gotcha. So we have either, I mean, I still think that, you know, GME has a potential to break over $15 at some point before this week is over. And then if that's the case, then we can definitely see GME try to retest those last resistance levels at 1560, 1580, around that point. So, you know, we could see that move for sure. Nothing's for sure, of course, but you know, that's what the bands are showing. That's what the indicators are telling me. So, knowing the fact that this whole red here and then it shifted to green at this point and getting tight for then the band to try to expand to the upside, that should be one of those confirmations there. And last but not least, if we look at the hourly right now, let's look at the hourly, and you can see that the movement is actually, what is this? Oh my god, I hate when this happens. Hold on. There you go. So from this point, you can tell that the bands are pushing up, expanded for a bit here in the green, so it just needs to continue. And on the hourly, you have the candle almost at or above the 50-day moving average exponential, so it's looking like a little bull flag, and then maybe we can have a nice breakout from here, a next leg up. So something like this, higher highs to 15. Let's just look at the 15. Yeah, it looks like a nice pennant right here. And all we need is another breakout. I think that should be all for now. I am not expecting an influx, but I'm just gonna like sign off myself because it's actually getting a little late, and I need to wrap up and get ready for tomorrow and see what happens. Alright, so I'm actually going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm gonna call it a night, and we passed the 2 hours. Yeah, just see what happens tomorrow. We'd like to thank everybody who came, of course, and show some love to the stream. Jeggings, Maddie, Mark R, Mark Maddox, Mad Gun. I think Y Crypto was a bot. Um, I think that was it, right? Yes, yes, we're ready for our private stream because that's what we do. Anyways, Sway, thank you to Sway too as well for hopping in and giving us a shout out. Zelly, thank you as always. Um, and just for holding your ground. Much love. Um, what can I say? But yeah, just tomorrow's another day, and you have a great night. Um, thank you, Maddie. You have a great night too as well. And yeah, um, thank you. We're gonna cut it off here. So, all right, I should take it easy. Let's see what happens tomorrow with GTII, and see if we can see some explosive moves. Yeah, big hearts, giant hugs. Now take it easy, and see you in the next stream.